In this lesson, I show you how to create the application user interface. I use 8 JPanel and 1 JFrame to create this application. I use the first JPanel to contain the label, that is this text, and the text filed from left to right. I do the same with the second JPanel and with the third JPanel. The JPanel number 4 contains only this label. The JPanel number 5 contains only the text area. The JPanel number 6 contains only the Save button. And the JPanel number 7, that I call container for simplicity, contains all the other JPanel, from top to the bottom. Finally, we add the container to the JFrame. The JPanel number 8 has a different function. Indeed, we use it to contain this Save dialog. Now let's start. I declare 3 JText files. I declare 1 JText area. And to make the Save dialog appear on the screen, I declare 1 JFile chooser. Now, in the public static void main, that is where the application starts, I initialize the JFrame and I give it the title. I set the frame features. Frame.add window listener to close the PDF stream when the user closes the application. The parameter is a window listener and, of course, we have to import the implemented methods. Frame.setVisibleTrue to make the application appear on the screen. Frame.setResizableTrue to be able to change its dimensions at runtime. To be able to do this, Frame.setLocation to set the initial position of the application when the user launches it. The left value represents the x coordinate. The right value represents the y coordinate. Frame.setDefaultClose operation with jframe.exitOnClose parameter to close the application when the user clicks on this button. I initialize the Save dialog. I initialize the panel of the Save dialog. It's final because it's a constant. Now I initialize the other 6 JPanel. I initialize each label with its personal text. I initialize the text files. The parameter represents the number of columns I want to have in my text file. I choose this value to have big text files. I initialize the text area. The left value represents the number of rows, and the right value represents the number of columns I want to have in my text area. I add label 1 and file 1 to panel 1 from left to right. I do the same operation with label 2 and file 2 in the panel 2. And with label 3 and file 3 in panel 3. The panel 4 will contain the label 4. And the panel 5 will contain the text area. I initialize the button. The parameter is the text on the button that the user will see when he will open the application. I add an action listener to the button to do something when the user clicks on it. The parameter is an action listener. Of course, I have to implement its methods. In this case, I want to make the Save dialog appear on the screen when the user clicks on the Save button. So, inside this method, I write this line of code to do this. The showSaveDialog method uses the dialog panel we created before to show the save dialog to the user. I add the button to panel 6. I initialize a new JPanel. It will contain all the other JPanel. I set the layout of the container. I use the box layout to add the panels to the container from top to the bottom, using box layout.y-axis constant. Now I add all the panels to the container. Finally, I add the container to the JFrame. And I call the pack method to pack all the components and resize the window. I want to add the PDF extension here. So I use the add choosable file filter method. The parameter it takes is a file name extension filter with two strings. The first is what the user will see. And the second is the actual extension. In the next lesson, we are going to create and save the PDF document. See you soon!